Thank you, ma'am.
Yes. Fair warning, I have turned the camera on.
Or 2000.
So
I know.
Tomorrow they need to prioritize doing what you told them to do. They shouldn't.
I will be out to see them because they got sweatshirts from Camille's and they're ready. So I'm going to grab them tomorrow. I grabbed a few things so I could wear them up to the conference. They're done. So I told Teresa, I said, I'm going to be in late because I have to stop and grab the stuff from Camille's. I said, I'm going to go out to public works. Okay.
You always dress so nice.
Thanks.
Brighten up the room. Right.
Try.
So far, it's all. What? I said we had a good week so far. It's only Monday.
It really wasn't that bad.
Not bad.
And I've never been here since then.
Long day.
All right, I got 7. Can I call the meeting to order, please? Start with Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Welcome, everybody. Can we have a roll call, please, Nancy?
Yes. Gillis? Okay, thanks. Smith? Here. Fox? Here. Fleming? Rose? Here. Cruzen? Here. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Everybody's had a chance to peruse the minutes. If there's any questions, we'll answer those. If not, I will consider a motion to approve them, please. I have a motion and a second by Alex. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed? All right. We had last minute correspondence. Ken, council, and city crew, thank you for the donation for the back to school bash. It was a wonderful day for raising money for the District 265 students. And please make sure Cody and the gang have a big thank you for helping set up Reed Park. We couldn't do this without the community support. So thank you so much for your contributions. We are so grateful for your continued support of Farmers Closet and the students of Farmington Central Unit District number 265. Sincerely, Farmers Closet Board of Directors, and we are happy to be a partner with them. Put you up, Herb.
Thank you. Couple things. You got the minutes from our previous meeting, but I just want to highlight a couple of things. First of all, the fence is up and paid for. And we're real happy with it. I think it looked great. I hope you do too. There are 2 sections missing until we move the pillars, and they'll come back and put those in. The old fence, we talked to Greenwood Cemetery, and they're interested in buying that old fence. And they're going to get back to us in the next couple of weeks as soon as they have a meeting. And we, shot them a contribution price if they want it. Our paperwork has been submitted for the tip for our reimbursement, which I'm really happy to say. One morning I met with Shiloh, John, and another gentleman from the cemetery, and I was at my desk, and here they came, all 3 of them. I said, "Oh gosh, I'm in big trouble for some reason. Well, they are complaining about dog walkers not picking up. Now, I know there's an ordinance on the books for that, but perhaps we need a sign, some sort of signage at the cemetery asking the walkers to just please pick up after them. Because they weren't very happy about that. And then the other last thing I want to highlight is our proposal to redesign the Wall Street entrance. The high school industrial arts are designing gates rather, that will look like our present fence with some scroll work and even our name, Oak Ridge Cemetery on it. Then we also want to propose, and this will come up much later, but we're talking about, there's a brick sidewalk right now that runs partially down Wall Street in front of the new fence. We're going to propose that we do a sidewalk from Anderson's driveway to the entrance on Vernon and Wall. And so those are a couple of things that I just wanted to mention, but the dog thing is really kind of an issue. We do need some.
Get about 4
All right.
entrances,
Any
a couple of
questions
places that are out.
from us?
Okay.
We meet the first, second Tuesday of every month, and everybody's invited to set in at 9 o'clock, to move forward. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. And we'll get some signs with maybe doggy bags on them, put them like at each entrance and maybe a couple throughout the cemetery.
Well, they were just unhappy when they hit them.
Well, I'm very unhappy in my yard when that happens as well. So, well, there may be a catch basin or something at the bottom of those.
There is a garbage.
There's garbage cans now. Okay.
Well, because like Home Dad has a dog thing, whatever, so you could look at that. I don't know how much those cost, but we could get.
We have a catalog with those in it.
We could get just a couple of those, and then it says dog thing.
Yeah, we'll get that rectified.
Perfect. They would be really happy.
Actually, that's one of the things in my general comments is I want to put that ordinance in the paper too, so that
That's great.
we remind everybody of that. So, all right. Any other further questions for her?
Make a motion.
I have a motion. I heard a second, maybe. Second from Dave Rose. All in favor, say aye. Opposed? Thank you. Next order, street department. These guys are doing a great job. They've been working on the parts. They finished painting inside and outside the Jacobs Park restrooms. The floor is going to get done sometime this week.
I think they're starting on it tomorrow.
So, and
Wednesday,
it will, our bathrooms are going to become much easier to clean. That they've just installed new ceilings. They've continued to mow. They're working at the lagoon. They're doing some repairs on the catch basin. The lagoon's got some silt in it, and they have figured out a way to maybe clean it ourselves and maybe save us 40 grand. So they are going to attempt to do this. We got some imaginative guys, and we really ought to be proud that we have this crew and they're willing to do things. They're trimming up trees. They were in Fairview helping with the street patcher today. They're finishing up some street patching around us. We'll talk about gutters and curbs coming up, and Intercon is finishing up the new main and services that will make the streets and sidewalk repairs that they damaged. So, yes,
When are you fixing the bathroom?
this week.
Oh, this week.
It's been ongoing. They've painted inside and out. They've pulled the commodes. There's going to be some new sinks that we voted on last time in place. They're putting new flushing mechanisms in the commodes so that maybe we don't have to beat on them with a hammer.
This will all be done before next home game.
Yeah, well, next home game's Friday, I think, but
If not, there are porta potties
There's two porta
and
potties
there
out
is 2 porta potties
Yeah.
just in case. So,
a hand sink.
but yeah, so that park will be standing tall. Then we'll start working on the next park. So, anybody have any further public works questions?
I do, I have a question. I read online that, was there a problem with the, last home game in zone? With people not cleaning up? I read that.
Yes.
There was a problem.
Yes.
You think it will be rectified?
Was it addressed?
I addressed it.
Okay,
Yes.
I didn't know about that.
so, okay, so,
And feel free to tag me in posts like that. If you see anything, feel free to tag me or the city of Farmington in posts like that.
It was on the end zone comment, and that lady that runs the end zone, very firm about saying, you know, we use our service, you know, it needs to be picked up. She was very firm about what has to happen
Yes.
with snake home games.
Yeah, I kind of gave them a warning. I really didn't want, our policy is if they don't follow the rules, then we cancel. The lady that had the contract with us, she was out of town, left it to some other moms, and I don't know if they were planning on coming back to clean up or whatever, but I was very firm when I let her know we need it cleaned up that evening. There are dog walkers that go there early in the morning. Sometimes kids, people go there to work out. For any reason, it should be picked up immediately right after. And they understood. Like I said, the last thing I wanted to do was to cancel the event. So kind of gave a warning for that.
okay, well, hope this Friday night will be good.
I hope so too.
Make a motion to approve the street department report.
Ask the officer on charge to take a peruse through afterwards. I have a motion to accept street departments. Do I have a second by Alex? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? That will carry. At this point, we have no old business. Leads us to new business. First order of new business is a discussion possible action of concrete work on Cone, Fulton, and Vernon. We have the bid from Greg Foose Construction for taking care of, there's some curb and gutter on Cone Street. There's a sidewalk on Fort Street that has to be repaired. There's a section of sidewalk on Fulton, and there's curb on Vernon Street. Total bid for $4,320.
Second.
Motion and a second to accept the Greg Foose Construction bid for $4,320 for the concrete work. That is going to be a roll call, please.
Bob's,
Yes.
Rose,
Yes.
Cruzen,
Yes.
Gillis,
Yes.
Smith. Yes. Thank you.
Thank you. Next item is a discussion possible action for Apple and Main Street sewer repairs. And Bettina, can you talk more to this, or do I need to wing this?
Yes. Nope, I can. But this is the dollar amount for those. That approach was the last one. So it's $66.50 for
Oh,
all of these. And this is the approach that they wanted to wait on.
I'm sorry.
12 by 36. And I don't know exactly where this approach is, but that's the total for those.
All right, so we're probably going to have to redo this vote. Correct, Bill?
Bill says yes.
All right, so it's $6,650. I apologize. That is a motion and a second for Greg Foose Construction for $6,650. That's a roll call.
Bob's,
Yes.
Rose,
Yes.
Cruzen,
Thank you.
Gillis,
Yes.
Smith.
Yes.
Thank you.
Sorry about that. All right, now we're at Apple and Main Street.
Okay. I put in some proposals. Keith Plavick had suggested that we use Dylan to do the repairs. Their prices were quite lower than Hare. So Main Street, we're repairing a crack and joint. The storm sewer is cracked in several places and the joints are offset. The city is fixing the manhole that is the problem. It's kind of right across from Loger Oil, and they will go in and then they will fix everything so the road won't be tore up or anything. And then the second half they'll move it over, and it'll just be about 2 or 3 days that there will be people out there flagging for traffic that would be slowed down. And they think this is the cheaper approach as opposed to closing it down the state route. And they want to catch this now before the pipe gets any worse, and then we will have to dig it up. I did say 2
This
to 3
is
days.
really close where we had that sinkhole, if you'll remember, a couple of years ago.
Mhm. And if you go by, you can see the manhole is a large hole, and it does kind of sink quite a bit toward it, and there's a crack across the road. And it's just, I asked Keith what it could be caused from normal wear and tear. So that's Main Street and Apple Street. There are 2 locations. Kind of a similar thing. Interior lining needs to be fixed, and it should take about 1 day at each location. Yeah. From in there should be some from hair and some from, so the South Main for hair is 51,000. And the one for, let's see, Dylan is 32,000, but we're knocking some of that off by doing some of our own work ourselves, like fixing the manhole ourselves. The city's going to do some of the work and fix the manhole. We're going to go a different route and do our own flagging. We're going to hire another company to do flagging. So kind of cut out a few of the costs and make it cheaper and kind of keep it under 25,000. So yeah, traffic control would kind of be off of there and lower. And remove the grate would kind of be off of there and lower. So about $10,000 cheaper than like the 32. So it would be closer to 22. I would MFT. And then Hair and Apple, or Hair, their quote was $13,600. And Dylan, their lump sum was $8,500. So once again, quite a bit of difference on those. And Keith Slavic did say he would recommend going with Dylan on both of these. Yes, quite often. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
We need to make a motion on each separate one.
Yeah, let's, actually, no, we don't. We can, well, Dylan's getting both of these, so we can just bid this to have Dylan fix our 2 spots.
I'd like to make a motion, accept Dylan's bid. If
Or
it's
sewer.
South Main Street. Second.
All right, I have a motion from Joey and a second from Dave Rose to accept Dylan Plumbing bid proposals to fix South Main Street and Apple Street. That is going to be a roll call, please.
Bob's,
Yes.
Rose,
Yes.
Susan, Gillis.
Yes.
Smith.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you. That concludes new business. Committee reports. Jenny, do you have anything to add this evening?
Ordinance, is it appropriate when everyone is burning in September to overload the police officers with those phone calls? Because if September is not included, our ordinance. Well, look it up online because I thought September was too. It's October, November, March, April, and May.
If it's a problem, by all means, call our officers because they need our help. They can't be everywhere.
Since we're all confused about the burning dates, because I was very confused when I looked them up on the website, it seems they've changed. Didn't they used to be just ones that we did R plus?
I don't know, but we'll
I have
dag
them
those
written
out,
down, and I can post
and
something
we
on
can we'll
Facebook.
post them on we'll post them on Facebook, and I'd like to put the dog ordinance in the weekly post. We can add the burn ordinance as well, just to alleviate any
That was
confusion.
it. There was just a lot of confusion on everyone being sick.
It's never okay to burn garbage.
Recreational fires are allowed.
Yes, they have to be contained. All right. Anything else, Jenny?
Please.
All right. Thank you. Joey, public safety, anything to add, Stephen?
Nothing to report, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you. Nate is not here. Alex on sidewalk, streets, and garbage.
No.
Thank you. Leslie, Parks and Rec.
I talked to Silo and Toby and the Jacob sign and Divot sign. They're gonna install them. I'll be there too, because I want to watch and, I'm interested, whatever, on Thursday.
Okay.
So, Sue and George are picking them up tonight. And I talked to Bettina, and for safekeeping for a couple days, we're just gonna put them in the classroom on blankets and stuff. So, and then on Thursday morning, we're gonna install them. So,
And the new handrail going along with that, the new handrail is also in, and they will be installing that, I think, Thursday at 11.
George and Sue will, or the.
Yeah.
Or the
Yeah,
George,
well,
George and Sue are going to put the handrail. in.
okay, yeah, the city crew's gonna do.
Yeah.
the sign.
So that's the handrail that's going to go in front of Hometown Bank. So
All right, actually, I do have a question for streets.
Oh.
We voted a while ago on the ordinance to get the signs put up in front of the business.
signs are being made
So,
Which business?
in front of Reincarnation. Also, the firefighter parking only, but again, those are oddball signs, so they had to be made. So we're waiting on the
So
manufacturer.
the signs have to go up before the painting goes on
Yeah.
the pavement.
Yeah. All right. And that, Dave Rose, public grounds and buildings.
just you should have noticed some of the brightness in the building. Cameron started their project.
Yeah, there is conduit going in. We have hopes for heat yet. So, all right. Anybody from the audience this evening? All in favor? Opposed? Thank you, folks.